In today's video, we'll be doing an unboxing and review on, let's call it the new Analogue 3D. Now, it's not the most up-to-date current new skin, new casing. This is the eve of the next wave. Let's call it wave pre-order 3, wave 3. I picked mine up wave 2. I believe it was December 2nd. Let you know how quick I got this. Once I put the pre-order in, the shipping notification, and how quick it came to my door. And I do want to state that once I did get the notification, I'm in Wisconsin. This came out of California. It was a day, it took a day from that point. So the shipping I felt was a little high. The price of this is not cheap. Is this worth $300? The eve for the next fantastic, the new Analogue 3D is December 10th. As a recording of this, it is December 9th. We'll go over everything, things that I have maybe a little bit of a problem with, how these play. Spoiler alert, we did already open this up, but we did it together. So kind of going back in time, doing the intro after the review. Now let's check this out. Is it worth $299? Let's go back to December 2nd. Pre-order for Wave 2, I believe. It was to get the Analogue 3D pre-order. That was, I believe it was a Tuesday, possibly Monday or Tuesday. Got this Thursday or Friday the same week. So if you decide to pre-order for the new Funtastic, as of recording of this, the 10th of December is when that will be available, actually tomorrow. You will have that by Christmas. Now, I did not get the controller. This unboxing review is for the Analogue 3D. That is it. I'm gonna use my N64 controller. So let's see how this was packaged. It's shipped quick, and looks like we have a box inside of a box here. Some nice cardboard netting. This is it. This is what we're talking about here. It's upside down. Here it is, our first official look unboxing of the Analogue 3D. I have been extremely interested in seeing this. Now, I did watch one review. I will say that I watched the IGN, and it sold me. Look at this. Having, like, just for a second, a Sega Genesis vibe. So we'll find out what is all included. I like the foam protection. So any of these you get, this is how it will be packaged. So again, I did not go with the controller. I am gonna use the original N64 controller and probably pre-order the next 8-bit Duo. It kind of resembles the original. So one of the USB-Cs, I believe. There's the power cord. I am hoping that there's an HDMI. So it is an ACB02. That is the cord here. You might need your own HDMI. There's an ACB01 and an ACB02. And then your wall plug, and that is it. So you're gonna need probably an HDMI cord. Let's see where the cart goes. Very clean. We have the Analogue 3D right there, the logo. Not sure what this. Oh, okay, so it's an SD card in the back, but we are gonna need to find some extra wire. I should have had this planned, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if there would, be any that were installed here. What's under here? Okay, a cartridge cleaner, and this might be part of it. Some decals. There's the Analogue logo. Here's Loki. And here is our Bluetooth pairing for wireless controllers. One of these, instead of saying HDMI, the CB01, the ACB01, they're not saying that's HDMI. So it does come with an HDMI. Everything should be included, that this is gonna plug into the power. It's gonna go on the wall. Your TV. This is a plug and play. I don't know why I'm messing around here, but everything we need is included except for a controller. So just throwing that out there. Nonetheless, I'm gonna hook this up old school into a TV, and we're gonna play some N64 games on the Analogue 3D. Welcome to Analogue. Press A to continue. I am using my N64 controller, so I'm gonna press A. Place 3D in an open area. Okay, we are. Here is a license. We should agree, or otherwise it's not gonna let us play. We read all that, didn't we? Now there are updates with that QR that we saw with the unboxing. So just for now, I'm just gonna skip the OS. Was that the start? Your Analogue 3D is ready. Multiplayer as it was meant to be. Now there are 4 portals on here. Here's some of the ways to navigate, okay? So the library, and I did see it on the review from the IGN, that every time you play a game, it will save, it will know that game from the library. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw in a couple of games. I do have a few to choose from here. So the first game I just wanna check out is NFL Blitz. Just gonna go ahead and insert it. Went right in. The TV registers that NFL Blitz has been added here, and it might not have any volume. So we're not getting the full screen. We can stretch this. I did see that in a review. But just for a second, look at this. Like, it looks identical that if we were on a CRT TV. And I think this is probably the way it was meant to be. I will admit that, using older consoles and plugging in a game, putting it in, it doesn't always, it kind of flashes. This was perfect. Let's just test this out really quick. No favorites here. Let's just get in a game really quick here, and okay, we got some late hits. Remember, night game. So there's late hits in this. I'm just thinking the arcade went up for a sec. Okay. Oh, very, very responsive. I'm sure it's going to be like that with a wireless controller, but I'm using the actual N64. Do I have a bomb? No? We'll do the X cross. So I really like the look of it. Now there are options that you can. There it is. There's my favorite play. Whoops, picked the wrong one. That you can make it look any way you want, but I'm gonna keep the actual CRT because the colors are popping. This is the way it was meant to look, and that's the way I like it. Here we go. It's gonna get a quick touchdown here. Okay, so if I just hit the reset, is it just gonna take us? Okay, it's gonna reset right there. I don't wanna just power it off, but maybe that's the way it was meant to be because it's kind of like a computer, right? So let me see if there was probably something that it showed. If I hit start, is there a way to go back, or do you just power it off? There should be some kind of an option to get back to the main menu, but maybe it works just like the actual N64. So what if I hold it? Will it take us to, nope. So I'm not sure. There might be some better way than to just turn it off. It just seems kind of weird to turn it off, turn it on. There's probably something I have to do, but I'm gonna take the game out, restart it, and go through this process. But I'm sure there's a better way to do this. Well, what I did find is if you hit this, it's going to want to pair a wireless controller. So if to do that, you would hit that, and then both would light up. So at least we know that. But I'm not sure how to get back to this point without completely turning it on or turning it off. I'm going to have to do a little research on that. So I apologize. I can't answer that right now. Left or right? I can side scroll. So right now I'm in the 1080p TV, and this is why I bought this, was to play on a TV like this and just play from my recliner. I just thought that doing it right here on the counter would be, you know, a pretty nice little review here. But here are all the settings with the system, and then we can do, if I hit B, I can get back over here. Let me get a better shot here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to raise up the camera a little bit and zoom in just so you can see what I'm messing around with. The system, we're in display. We can change the way some of this looks. Here's the system, a little bit of the about, there's the user. So I probably should read through this and figure out how to turn it, you know, how to come back here without powering it off. There is a QR, so I'm gonna take my phone, get the QR, and just go through this briefly, and maybe I can just figure out a better way to get back to the library. Okay, so it takes me right to the user guide here, and congratulations on becoming an Analogue 3D owner, reimagining the N64. Thank you very much. Here is everything that we saw taking out. It only took me a few looks to realize that it was an HDMI. Everything that we needed besides the controller and games is basically hooked up everything, and it worked fine. But what I am confused about is how to go back and to the library without powering it on and off, but maybe that's the only way to do it. If I take the game out, that's probably what it is. It's just, I guess it's just like anything else, that if I took the game out, it would go back to the main menu. So I'm just gonna try it right now. I'm gonna pull it out and see if it just goes back, or if it just kind of froze. Because I pulled it out, this is what's happening. So let me try this again. Let me take this cartridge out. Maybe hit the reset. Does it take us back to the main menu? I'm not really sure. It came up as an unknown cartridge. I'm gonna try this again and just see if it plays, because it did not look right. And now it's saying unknown cartridge. Little bit of troubleshooting. I didn't really know we'd run into this, but it's a learning curve. Blitz runs fine. Now I did read something that it showed that if I had the 8-bit Duo, there might actually be a button on here that brings us back. So there's a menu button on there. Maybe it's a Z. Maybe it's something like that, but as far as the actual controller, it works, but it might not activate to take you back to the main menu. So the only thing I can do is power it off and then go back in. But I'm gonna remove this and see what happens when I remove this game, which is probably not good, but I'm just kind of troubleshooting. If I hit the reset, does it take me back to the main menu? Because what I'm trying to do is avoid powering it on and off, but it just kind of goes dark here. There's really nothing that I can do. So just showing that, I'm not sure. I might need an updated controller. Now I have ran into a little bit of an issue with Showtime. So I'm gonna remove or forget this game. And then I'm also gonna do the same to these unknown, which was Showtime, because I was trying to remove it. So I am up to date on my firmware. There's nothing that I have to, to install. So I'm just going to remove the unknown, and then hopefully when I put this cartridge back in, it will come up as Showtime and it will play. Otherwise, Blitz plays good. Maybe it's just bad luck with Showtime. We'll try Gauntlet. It's on, we'll put in a new cartridge. Gauntlet Legends reads, it gives me the option to press A to play cartridge. So I'm not getting that with Showtime. Just want to throw it out there that I'm having a little bit of issue with NBA on NBC Showtime. But Gauntlet works, and I might have did something when I was pulling it out, so I might be kind of hokey with it, but nonetheless, it does play the games. It's just a little weird that I have to power everything off to go back and to get to a game. I just thought that with this, there was an actual main menu that you could just go through games, but there's no way for me to get out of this, no matter what I press, to go back to that area without powering it off. There's gotta be a way, unless it's just using an updated new controller. I'm pressing everything here. Gauntlet Legends, here we go. Give it a little second here to check it out. Be fun to get 4 players on this. So it does look good. You know, the colors are so hard with an N64, and that's why I wanted to get this, because no matter what like adapter I use to play it on a TV like this, it just did not look right like it would on a CRT TV, and that's exactly how it looks now. We'll try one more. We'll try Donkey Kong Racing. Not sure if I've ever played this before. Now, maybe the fact is I have to clean it, and that's a very well possibility. So maybe that's why it's not reading it. They do have to be cleaned, and they do come with that cleaner. So I'll have to check this. That's exactly the reason. Look at this. Look at how dirty that is. It's been ages since I've been cleaning it. It's been since like the Sega Genesis. I started getting into that. You don't even think about cleaning it, but there it is. It works perfectly. So they do throw this in to help. So the white side goes into the teeth. It looks great. It's a rare 1997. Unbelievable picture. And just think, the better TV, if you have a 4K, I mean, it's gonna look even, it's still gonna have that CRT, but you're gonna get, the colors are gonna pop so well. Okay, right off the bat, just going here. Fossil Canyon. Besides the fact, I'm gonna keep saying this, it's just weird that I have to keep powering it up. There's gotta be a different way, but maybe I need an actual analog controller from 8-Bit Retro to access that. Maybe there's an extra button that I'm just not seeing. I will say though, if you're looking for any of the controllers, there might be a few week delay. That it's not like they're going to ship. You go on Amazon, in a lot of cases, you have something the next day. Could be a couple of weeks. So just throwing that out there, that if you end up pre-ordering or ordering one of these and you want the controller, order it right away. Plays pretty good on the OG controller though. I don't know if there's a button that I can throw anything, but it's the R. I want to take my finger off the gas again. Three times the charm. I did clean this, hopefully. There we go. It came up, so it was the fact that it was dirty, and now it plays. This is, to be honest, why I wanted to get this, was to play NBA Showtime, NBA on NBC, along with NFL Blitz, and just from the comfort of the couch, from the recliner, and that's exactly what this is doing. So, is it worth $300? This is the new price. It's $299. So I wanted to get this video out before the next wave, which is actually tomorrow. And you tell me, this is, if you want to play N64 on a modern TV, you see how nice it looks. I mean, these are the colors. We're not running through any streaming software. This is straight up old school. And look at that. Look at how clear that picture is. I want to thank everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Little Backcourt 2000. Oh my gosh, classic. What was that, the Pacific Division? They don't even have that anymore. Like, this basketball in the 90s for me was the best. And this game probably beats NBA Jam. I mean, I have to say, this is just so, I love NBA Jam. But this is, I mean, this another game that's just so nostalgic. We don't get that. We don't get that NBA on NBC anymore. And you know, a couple of games, some old TV shows. I mean, it's amazing how we can. Oh, okay, that's not pass. How we can relive some of those times. So A is pass, B is shoot. Just throwing it out there if you haven't played Showtime for a while. So yeah, B. Wow, this is great. This is going to be a go-to, is playing this over and over. And for me, it's worth getting this. Now, I do have the N64 my buddy gave me it, but I have to play it on a CRT. And, you know, plan B is to buy another one, but it's going to cost you. But yeah, you get to play it this way. Oh, right in the middle of the shot.